for the Ishida-san and Fuji-san both. Since we didn't quite receive questions from the audience, but specifically for your projects, but I think there are some things that would be helpful to sort of explore a little bit further for the audience today. So maybe we'll start with Ishida-san from AAIC. Yeah, you already had a slide about very practical advice for anyone who's interested in applying for JCM. And I think you raised the point of starting from sort of GHG emission calculation and sort of overall project design, and then sort of move on to different other document preparation. But are there any other sort of important points, something that you sort of remember being important, or maybe on sort of the retrospect you thought it was important when you were forming a JCM project? So go ahead if you could sort of share your thought on that first.
Okay, thank you for the question. What I can say is, but I emphasize the importance of the partner, could be both, and for the local partner, the Japanese company, for the Japanese company, the local partners. So it's not like just for the application. So even after the application, we are supposed to report every month after completion. So we have to do annual.
Nous allons voir comment tout ceci.
Oops, sorry about that. I think it's an interpreter coming in. I think you can continue.
Okay, let me get. So after even 7 or 10 years, it's a long partnership. Also, the person who is in charge can maybe be replaced as a person. So we have to make sure that we can trust each other. And then sometimes a quick response is required after application. There are a lot of the Q&A session from the GC, and we have to answer those questions promptly. So first, we have to develop the relationship, of course. And maybe another point is that if possible, it's better to identify the or maybe fix the critical equipment, also such as maybe turbine or module, our case. Otherwise, if you change those kind of equipment, also it affects a lot to other calculations, numbers, and it will require a lot of work after maybe application. Sometimes it's we have to change, but it will be good to focus on that kind of decide the key components. And then, of course, other change can happen in the future, but that should be fine. So that's going to be my maybe sharing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. If we could stay on the screen with us. But yeah, thank you very much for sharing that. I think that you raised 2 points: trusting relationship with your sort of your partner in a local country and having a solid plan when you apply. I think we also, as organization, to sort of review the applications and sort of oversee the progress of projects. I think we have to agree that having a very strong relationship with the local partner also makes the job easier for us as well. So thank you for that. I think that's a very important point. So if you, Ishida-san, if you could stay with us, and maybe I can bring Fuji-san from the Kansai Electric Power to the screen, and I would like to ask you the same question. So as a company sort of implementing a project in a sort of completely different region of the world, so if you could share your thoughts on important points about forming a JCM project.
My opinion is almost same as Ishida-san. The partnership is really important, and our company's business is a one-stop service. So it means the our customer only buy the electricity or steam. So and all application will be done by our company. So it is really easy. But so it means that in our project, so this scheme is not so problem. But when we think about the normal projects, so the Tunisian company have to explore the Japanese partner. So it is one of the big step. And aside from that, the point of the JCM subsidy is the schedule. usually the JCM first call is conducted on the May or April. So we have to prepare the document within this schedule. So that is one of the big important issues. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the strong partnership is a very shared and common sort of challenge, I think, could be to some companies, but also a very important point for successful JCM projects. So thank you very much. Since we have a little bit of time, I'd like to ask you one more question, if you don't mind. So maybe this is a little bit related to what I just asked. But throughout the formation of JCM project, implementation of project, I think you've certainly come across challenges. The first thing I can think of is COVID. I think your project both sort of went through the sort of pandemic, sort of later phase of the pandemic. I'm thinking, but yes, it doesn't have to be COVID. Any challenges and how you overcame those challenges, I think will be also beneficial for the audience. So perhaps we can start again with Ishida-san from AAIC on that point.
Okay, thank you for that question. Mine was after COVID-19, and it affects actually a lot, especially for the supply chain problem. We had a plan to buy specific modules, inverters, but a lot of delays, also lack of inventory of the manufacturers. Maybe Fuji-san agrees with that things. And this kind of thing it's not being anticipated, so difficult, but I'm not sure if I was able to overcome, but GC also helped us a lot. I mean, they are the judges, so maybe you might be afraid to approach them. But actually, even before the application, you can apply for the kind of Q&A session. Once you complete the sheet and you have kind of ask some questions, they are quite open to answer those questions. And after application also maybe was awarded, there are some meetings, and sometimes they bring a tough question. But if you are able to address those questions, also which make it clear that how you are eligible for this project. Also, in case you have challenges, especially for the first time, I had a lot of questions and tough time, but also GC, the people also supported us a lot. Of course, we have to go through all the manual first and then ask questions, but it's good to develop the good project together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that insight. So now we go back to Fuji-san and ask the same question.
Yeah, in my case, it's almost same as the Ishida-san. So in our project for this cogeneration project, we also suffered from the COVID-19. And our cases, so the supervisors of the cogeneration generator couldn't come to the site because of that. So we had to postpone the operation date for around 6 months. And but actually this JCM project, the term is within the 3 years, and JEC is supported us. So that's why we could complete this project. So that is really helpful. That was really helpful for us. So I think that yeah, of course there are a lot of difficulties, but yeah, the communication with the GEC can support the project smoothly. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for those, you're sharing your thoughts. Yes, I think the supply shortages could be still a problem, even though COVID pandemic is not so much felt on a personal level anymore. So perhaps a way forward would be to plan ahead. And yes, as you both mentioned, thank you for saying those kind words. GEC, we're also very open to answering questions, consultations. We're here to sort of work with the companies to push the project forward. So yeah, thank you very much for coming back to the screen to answer those questions. I think they were very insightful for the audience, and also thank you for the presentations earlier as well. So I think thank you. With that.